Hello, Internet! Shoutthis here, and it's time for another episode of ShoutStone. I'm bringing you a Shoutcast from the Hearthstone beta, this time provided to me by a user of the name Stormshriek, who sent me a handful of games that I'm ready to start sharing with you now. So, why waste any time? Let's get into action right now. It is...
Valeera
versus Uther. Rogue versus Paladin. Stormshriek playing the part of Valeera the Rogue, and Levin playing the part of the Paladin, Uther. So we haven't really had many Rogue games on this channel lately, which is kind of surprising considering how overpowered everybody is saying that the Rogue deck is. I thought I'd see more. We'll probably encounter more as we get into more episodes of Arena Time. But as it stands right now, this is one of the few, so let's enjoy it. So Stormshriek starting things off with that Sinister Strike, just a quick 3 damage to the opposing hero. Looks like he's going to also follow up with his hero power. Sinister Strike is a really useful card, probably in conjunction with other cards. That's one of the perks of the Rogue deck, is the strength of its ability to play combos. Combos are some of the strongest things the Rogue deck has, and, you know, throwing that Sinister Strike out early just to get those 30 points of damage can be a little counterintuitive. Like, right now it would have been a great card to play in conjunction with that Defias Ringleader, because now he's just throwing it out there and not getting really anything for it. You know, he's just throwing it out there by itself when its real advantage is playing it as part of a combo, at least for now, until it gets nerfed. Because it is in line to be knocked down a peg. It's one of the strongest cards in the Rogue deck. So that Acolyte of Pain that was played by the Paladin player does allow you to draw a card every time it takes damage. So it looks like it's going to get him at least 2 cards, so that's handy. And throwing out some Murlocs. Alright, so Loot Hoarder coming into field allows him to draw a card when that Loot Hoarder dies.
Give that minion a turn.
Let's see what he wants to attack. So it looks like he's going to take the Ringleader and clear out the Acolyte of Pain. So it'll get him at least that last card.
Here we go.
And then it's just going to attack the Murloc directly, clear that 2/1 minion off the field, and put himself in a reasonable position at this point. Still not enough to, I'd say, you know, be in any significant advantage, per se. And a Mogushan Warden comes out. That is a 1/7 minion with Taunt, and that is an annoying little minion too. It doesn't deal a lot of damage, but it eats up a lot of damage. So it keeps you busy, basically. Just try. It makes you expend a lot of cards just to get rid of it. Imp Master now on the field. Spawns a Imp for 1 point of health every turn.
Here we go.
Alright, gonna burn the hero power and do a couple points of damage to that Mogushan Warden. Gonna take it down to 1/3. And here comes the first Imp, courtesy of that Imp Master card. And right now, Levin is sitting on a pretty sizable hand. He definitely has the card advantage, even if he does not have the board advantage at this point, or health advantage, quite frankly. But it is still very even. But the card advantage is a much more sizable lead, and a much more worthwhile lead than any of the other advantages right now. So now it's pretty deadlocked, and the minion advantage, I would say, actually is probably solely in the favor of the Paladin player at this point. He's going to drop that Thrallmar Farseer. It's a 2/3 minion with Wind Fury, so it's basically a 4/3 minion. But you can split those 2 damage any way you like. Alright, sacrificing an Imp to try and take out that Mogushan Warden, or at least do a few more points of damage to it. But not enough, so another Imp is spawned. And it's a really interesting design behind this Rogue deck. I haven't seen a lot of the general synergy that you get out of Rogue decks, or any particular theme. I know some that I see are spell power themed Rogue decks, but none of that here. Alright, equips that True Silver Champion, and will attack the Thrallmar Farseer to get rid of that.
Not on my
And here comes the Argent Protector, who's going to throw a Divine Shield on that Troll minion, who is going to be trouble. Could allow it to do a sizable chunk of damage. But we'll have to see at this point now what the rogue player wants to do to try to counteract what he's dealing with here. Does have that Sun Fury Protector card. Looks like he's going to drop that. Will give all of his other minions taunt. And he can equip Perdition's Blade as well. That will give him a weapon and a couple points of damage since he's playing it in combo with something. So he just has to point that 2 damage somewhere, and it looks like he's going to point it at the Gurubashi. I'm sorry, at the Mogushen Warden and kill that off. So that gets rid of that annoying little taunt card. And pops his hero power to get an extra point of damage. And well, let's see what he wants to do here. Okay, looks like he's just going to focus solely on the hero. Pulls that stealth minion out of stealth just to get those 4 points in. And he's doing so he's doing a fairly sizable amount of damage right now. But he has to pass the turn, and now it could be good for the Paladin player to really start loading up the field. Gonna drop the Mind Control tech, which will pull the Imp. Probably not the exact one that he wanted, but hey, it's the one he got. And a lovely Pirate card. Those Pirate cards are always useful, especially if you have a deck that takes advantage of weapons, because generally their cost or attack power or anything like that are affected by the weapon you have, so it'll be very useful. Alright, using that Argent Protector to take out the Imp Master. And striking in with the Troll to take out the Panther. And using his weapon, the last strike of it, to take out the Sun Fury Protector. So the field is clear. And now things are looking a little hairy for the rogue player, who's staring down 6 minions. But, yeah, he does have Vanish, which could make for an excellent play at this point. He's going to drop that in the field. That's going to send all of those minions back to his opponent's hand. It'll also hit the old reset button on the troll, so he's going to have to play that up again to get some power out of it.
I don't have enough mana.
Alright, but he does have a pirate deck of his own, which gets charged when you have a weapon equipped. So he's going to pass the turn. Oh, and does manage to fill up his opponent's hand, so that caused him to lose that Raging Worgen. Plays a pint-sized summoner, Gurubashi Berserker, once again, and that imp that he stole. Just throwing that back out there. Alright, so the field has been set back up. Now he's going to have to try and decide on a good strategy here. He doesn't have a lot of options, so he's going to play Sprint, which will guarantee 4 cards. Looks like a decent handful of mid to low cost minions. So he's going to play that Murloc Tidehunter, which will spawn an extra Murloc. And he'll take the pint-sized summoner out to pasture. So, now, we're looking at an interesting situation. While the health is certainly in favor of the rogue player, I've said it before and I'll say it again, the only point of health that matters is the one between 0 and 1. So, Tauren Warrior comes out that is 2/3 minion with taunt.
I hope you like my invention.
And a Novice Engineer to allow him to draw another card.
Not on my watch.
Archer Protector comes back out. He's going to throw that shield on the Gurubashi Berserker. And he reinforces with a Silver Hand Recruit. So, once again, the other side of the field looking mighty busy. Azure Drake comes into play for the rogue player. Now that is a spell power minion, which is usually useful in a rogue spell power deck. I mean, it's useful in any kind of deck, of course. But alright, he's going to drop a Leopard Gnome, which does deal damage to the hero upon its death, the Azure Drake. Another minion which spawned that little Drake there, the little Dragonling, mechanical Dragonling. So we'll have to see. I'm very interested to see kind of how this play is responded to. It's not typical play, so it's kind of just, you know, playing out however. He does play that Mind Control tech again, which gets the Dragonling. But his field is full of minions, so he can't throw anything else out there. He's going to have to either start sacrificing some minions to clear the field. Looks like he will do that. He'll throw one away. He'll clear the gnome for death rattle, which will deal a couple damage to the hero. And the other side of the field is clear once again. So he's going to drop Blessing of Kings on that engineer, and that's going to give him a 5/6 little beastly critter. Alright, so he has that Defias Ringleader again. Now is a good time to play it in combo with something to get some more minions out there. Gnomish Inventor comes out. Now comes the Ringleader.
This is our town.
And that'll spawn that 2/3 minion and its 2/1 ally. He's also looking at that other
Pass me that Arclight's banner.
combo card there, but he's not going to have anything to do with it. And he can play Conceal. I don't know if he'll want to do Conceal quite yet. Possible. Just eat some damage right now off his turn, but he is looking in a dangerous position, actually. Actually, he is looking at... if I'm doing my math correct, he's looking at game over damage right now. But the other player does not really observe that, and is actually kind of throwing his minions away on damaging his opponent's minions. Let this be an example. Take the time and do the math, because he was actually sitting on 21 points of damage, which would have been enough to win this game.
Squire, attend me.
Well, I mean, he's certainly got Levin backed into a corner. He could have won the game there. I guess it's still possible. But, yeah, we'll have to see what happens here. So he's going to draw...
Victory!
RG Commander, Cold Blood, he's going to trade it off for that very pricey Berserker. Plays South Sea Pirate. And he's going to have to pass the turn again. But this is basically GG here. So,
Well played.
there we have it. Yeah, well played. I don't know why he's burning a Blessing of Kings, but whatever. Hey, you know, have some fun. But that is it. GG. Stormshriek unfortunately comes up a little short in this Rogue versus Paladin game, but it was not a pretty game to watch. But it is what we got, so there you have it. That's going to do it for this episode of ShoutStone. I'll be back tomorrow with another episode of Arena Time and more fantastic action, so don't miss it. But don't forget that you can subscribe for daily Hearthstone updates. You can also find me on Facebook and Twitter. The links are in the description below. So thank you so much for watching. We have a ton of other videos because we release new videos all the time, so make sure you check out our channel, find those, like, comment, all that good stuff. And I'll see you all next time.